please. We need the Dr. Case shot, please. This professional lightweight battle is scheduled for 45-minute rounds.
Hey, let's go, Pete!
Gentlemen,
professional lightweight.
Our first professional bout of the evening in the 155-pound division gives us the fighter wearing the spandex-style black trunks, Mr. Peter Straub. He represents Elevation Fight Team and Easton's, facing off against the Jackson's MMA fighter, Mr. Brandon Heredia. So Heredia wearing the board shorts. Straub keeping his distance, working the angles right now. Heredia looking like he wants to counterfight a little bit here tonight, not really moving forward or backward, just kind of pivoting around the front foot, Ron.
Love both these Heredia brothers. Always have, always will. They're just they're my kind of fighters. I love the way that they engage. They don't stick around, wait for things to happen. They get in there and they get after it. Kudos to their coaching, of course. None other than Dave Heredia, their dad. Fantastic guys here in Colorado. The sky's the limit for both the Heredia brothers. We all know that.
Straub looking for the takedown early. I wonder if there was a clash of heads there. I heard something, and Straub looking to put it on him early. Goes for back control, able to get one hook. Nice job by Heredia defending the right hook.
Thought he was going for the twister there for a second.
Looked like it. Heredia looking to wrap up the leg and get the turn. Straub not settled into back control here. Good job by Heredia pulling the ankle through. Basically a bit of a scramble right now, so Straub looking very, very calm, threatening with the guillotine. That's going to allow him to stand. He does just that, and Heredia fires off with some punches. Good shots to the body by Heredia. He had nice power in those.
This is becoming a Brandon Heredia fight already. He's got Peter Straub cut on the bridge of the nose there. A lot of dirty boxing from Heredia. And Straub lands a right hand himself. Heredia stops the takedown again, and that's going to be the theme for today for Brandon Heredia. Land those big overhand rights, prevent that takedown, prevent Peter Straub from getting on top of you and suffocating you like that.
Straub, good job with the knee. You can knee to the head here in the professional division, and it is 5-minute rounds. And Heredia tried to catch a knee as Straub closed in. Straub defended, but looking for that clinch is Straub. He wants this fight in tight.
He does want this fight in tight, but I tell you right now, that's where Brandon Heredia's game is. He's landing that overhand right, landing some dirty boxing right now, and really kind of laying a mark here in this first round. And Peter Straub now doing the same with some good tight elbows.
Getting off with a nice flurry of elbows there. Heredia going to try to pressure forward, not able to do so. And not sure why he's stopping it there. Maybe a shot went to the back of the head. I mean,
he's got to pull his pants up.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think that'd be a reason to stop the fight.
Oh,
no, so
right,
it was back to the head.
Sorry. That was an equipment malfunction.
So back to standing action we go, and back to having his feet planted is Heredia. Just looking to land some bombs.
Heredia so calm, cool, and collected in there. Such young kids, but fight with such a maturity.
Straub, exactly where he wants things to be right now. Fires off with a couple of big shots. Going to look to improve his position here. Heredia on one hip. Let's see if he can get his back up against the cage. Try to do a cage walk here. Has a Kimura position locked in off the bottom, does Heredia.
And this is a Peter Straub fight right here. This is where he wants to be. He wants to control the action from the top. He wants to administer the ground and pound. He wants to really control the striking of Brandon Heredia, and this is how Peter Straub is going to win this fight.
Heredia, good job working his way back to his feet. It was a tough spot that he was in there, and like he said, that's pretty much where Straub makes his money, so being able to work out from under that. is a tough task for anyone. And Straub rolled through there to see if it cost him position. It does momentarily, but Straub able to come back to standing. Good back and forth action. And Straub going to want to staple those trunks to his hips between rounds.
Man, I don't know if Brandon Heredia is going to go to a fight or going surfing. Man, I want to join him.
Good knee up the middle, lands for Straub, makes Heredia take a deep breath, but he does take that breath and then fires back with some shots of his own. Grueling fight for both these guys.
You know, this is an exhausting fight because all that in-tight action is just exhausting. It's almost like trying to take down and not getting it. Your opponent doing the same thing. You're essentially flexing for a few minutes at a time, and no movement at all.
10-second clacker sounded. These guys are going to be able to ride out this position, I believe. We're going to go to round number 2.
Very difficult round to score. Both of these guys implementing their game plans.
Thanks, Pricing Cleaners. Our clients choose us for proven expertise in providing prompt professional cleanup services and restoring property to its original condition after a damage, traumatic injury, or hazardous contamination. Crime Scene Cleaners also taking care of the cage today, thanks to those guys.
Second round getting underway here, just about. Both corners exiting the cage.
As corners will do.
Once in a while. But never too far away.
Cage doors locked, and let's get the violence to continue. Professional fight, second of 3 5-minute rounds here. And something to make mention of here, Ron, it's the pro debut for Brandon Heredia here this evening.
That's right.
His brother, we'll see in the main event, has, I think, 1 pro fight. Oh, a Superman punch lands solid for Straub, and able to back Heredia into the cage after the score of that punch. Straub's looking to circle back control. Nice job by Heredia turning in. And Straub take down into side control. See if he can scramble here. Heredia, as he's done time and again, able to get to his knees. Going to try to work this back to standing. Going for the Kimura position here is Heredia. See if he goes to lock this out into a straight arm lock. Not a terrible position for Heredia here.
Not at all.
Starting to work his legs a little bit, but it's a good arm and hand position here for Heredia. Now Straub has extricated his arm from the situation. Heredia clears a hook, pops an elbow, and Straub answers by way of putting both hooks in.
Both of these guys super technical. Great hips right there by Brandon Heredia to escape and turn.
And referee Oscar Martinez is going to say that that knee went to the face while Straub was still down. So illegal knee to the head of a grounded opponent. And we're going to see if referee Oscar Martinez elects to take a point or not. It's his discretion.
Let's go. Start the grind. Let's go. Grind him. Let's go.
And Straub says, let's get it going again. No point being deducted. Back to professional MMA action we go, and Heredia steps in with the hook punch. Straub, a couple of nice kicks. Heredia ready for that takedown. He backed out of there immediately. He was out of the way.
And a really nice leg kick, a really nice body kick that landed by Straub.
And Heredia, he's just a little bit gassed out here. Doing anything he can to take a little bit of a break, sort of walk off for a second and wait for Straub to be the one to move forward and engage. That answers your question about I'm not sure what Heredia is doing here, Ron.
Thank you, sir.
Straub going to work to get it to the ground again. Had the body lock momentarily, but he lost it as Heredia wisely turned his hips, able to separate the hands and Straub one more time drops down for it.
You know, those uppercuts are right now the key for Brandon Heredia, and he's landing those strikes hard.
Nice job mixing between uppercuts, hooks to the body, and punches to the head by Heredia.
And he is
a prolonged flurry by the Jackson's MMA fighter.
And he is turning Peter Straub around. Peter Straub grasping right now, trying to prevent the onslaught of strikes from Brandon Heredia. Brandon Heredia, seeing that the damage was being done.
Straub looking to set in the choke here. Heredia, good job defending his neck and clearing the hook. Really technical moves by both fighters here.
You know, I'm really seeing Peter Straub today struggling with the gas tank, and it's not something that we see normally. I'm wondering if the weight cut was rough for him today, for this fight.
Hard to say. Heredia half mount now. Let's see if he's able to turn it into full mount. Straub doing a good job entwining the leg there, keeping Heredia from pulling it through. And now onto a hip and nicely reversing the position.
Beautifully done.
Just textbook jiu-jitsu. 101 there by Peter Straub. Nice job.
Beautiful turn by Peter Straub, and now in the dominant position on top and administering shots to Brandon Heredia on the bottom, who's looking to cover up and get this fight back to standing. But Peter Straub's got other ideas. His jiu-jitsu game on display.
Heredia again aware of the hook, clears one in order to keep himself safe. He's been doing that all night long. Corner calling for knees to the body. Straub hears him, fires one off.
Straub looking to sink the arm underneath the chin of Heredia.
Has it in tight. Just not controlling the hips or the shoulders of Heredia. Straub has great control of the neck, but hard to close off that choke if your opponent has mobility. And back to standing we go with Heredia trying to fire off some more shots.
And just the toughness of Brandon Heredia also on display. This kid is game as hell.
Grueling fight here, and Straub really putting forth energy here. He's trying to just lift Heredia up, then he gets the level change, brings it back down to the mat. So I think first time we've seen guard work here from Heredia.
That's right.
Normally he's been able to get his knees underneath him, but here he is. 10-second clacker sound, and we're going to go to a third, Ron.
Yes, we are. And this is actually where Peter Straub can really kind of separate himself right now. We're seeing some ill effects on both of these guys. Peter Straub, bloody and swollen. Brandon Heredia, bloody as well. Brandon Heredia looks pretty tired right now, as well as Peter Straub. But we've seen Peter Straub really put the pressure on late in the fight in the third and final rounds. And we've seen him get the job done that way. Curious to see if he's going to have enough in the gas tank to make it happen. Straub getting some pretty adamant instruction right now. Finger in the face and everything from Elliot Marshall. You know it's serious in there. Dave Heredia in the corner of Brandon Heredia right now. Not only giving Brandon Heredia some instruction, but getting Brandon to calm down, stop the bleeding. Third and final round, just about underway here as the corners exit the cage. Cage door locks. Both fighters up. We're going to call time here and get that tape cleared away on the left hand of Brandon Heredia. Got some loose tape. Don't want to see that get in the eye of a fighter, so we're going to get that cut off. As just done, and here we go. Third and final.
And both these guys wearing the marks of this fight. They're going to be spending some time with their ice packs this evening.
Bag of peas is the greatest thing ever.
Straub brings the knee up nicely, and then a crushing right hand by Straub. Heredia doesn't seem to care.
That kid has a chin on him, boy. He looks like he's upset that somebody had the gall to throw that at him.
Straub looking to be a little bit the fresher of the two here early in round number 3.
Great inside knee right there from Peter Straub. Peter Straub is starting to pull away right now, JR.
Heredia needs to pressure forward instead of wait to counter.
Just like that.
Steps in with the left hand.
Giant left hook that lands flush for Brandon Heredia. And I got to tell you, that hook has been landing all night, as well as that uppercut. Both guys taking some deep breaths. Brandon Heredia stepping in with a nice solid left jab. And Peter Straub returns with a nice right hook.
And the corner of Straub begging him to step forward. He staggered Heredia just a little bit, and they want him to close in and continue. But Heredia able to answer back. Just when you think this kid's out of it, he comes back with a nice flurry that shows he's nowhere near being done.
Let's make it clear, this kid is never out of it.
Good job controlling the leg there by Straub.
Great hips.
Trying to swing the back control.
Peter Straub looks like he's hurt to me, JR.
Yeah, he was just staggered by that a little bit. Possibly a broken nose and having a hard time to get his breath might be the case for Straub. And Straub with the head kick upstairs late in the fight. Nicely done by the Easton fighter.
Hands on the hips is never a good sign in a fight. And I'm seeing Peter, I'm telling you, this is not the Peter Straub I normally see.
Heredia looking to pressure forward now. Straub circles out, both guys hands down.
Very down. Peter Straub getting pushed against the cage from Brandon Heredia. Brandon Heredia looking to go inside now and start landing strikes, and he's doing so.
Straub took a hard shot upside the left ear right there.
Brandon Heredia shucks off the takedown attempt, pushes Peter Straub against the cage, and now he's starting to land punches. Both these guys are exhausted, though. Both these guys are exhausted.
That knee clipped Heredia, but Heredia continues to pressure forward with rights and lefts, and he has Straub against the cage. Heredia locked up the head, dropped down for that choke, doesn't have the hand position he wants. Heredia able to fight the hands here. Looking to adjust on the choke is Straub. Wants to try to roll Heredia through. Might be able to do so here. Good position here for Straub. See if he drops to a hip, rolls it over, and he does exactly that. If he can walk it around. Oh, great hips by Heredia to turn over on that. Jackson's MMA fighter with his submission defense in place this evening.
Absolutely.
Looking to take it to back control now is Straub, but Heredia has control of one leg. That's exactly what he needs to do. Keep Straub from circling around. Now it's Heredia getting off with some ground and pound. Great back and forth action here late in the fight.
And here comes Brandon Heredia.
Oh, and again it's the step through crushing right hand of Straub that lands, and Heredia just doesn't seem to care about it.
It's amazing how tough these kids are.
See if Straub can turn this into an armbar. He has the position to be able to lock out the arm with his hands. If he can get that leg over his right leg, he's going to be in a great spot for an armbar. Good job by Heredia driving back, positioning his shoulders where they need to be to keep Straub from getting that armbar.
And there's the turn from Heredia right there. And now he's got himself seated.
Straub. I think I heard the 10-second clap.
You did.
There's the bell.
And there it is.
Judges.
It's a tough fight to score. Wow, these guys are exhausted. Exhausted.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judge Space scores about 30-27 for Straub. Judge Green scores about 29-28 Heredia. Judge Grant scores about 29-28, declaring you winner by split decision, Peter! everyone got their money's worth just on that